Hey lovebirds, welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy you're here today because we're diving into something that's at the heart of every great love story. How to raise someone's interest in you in a way that feels exciting, genuine, and totally irresistible. We've all been there, haven't we? You meet someone special and you feel that spark, but how do you turn that spark into a flame? Maybe you're hoping to take things from a friendly connection to something a little more meaningful. Or maybe you're trying to reignite that magic in a relationship that's already been going for a while. Whatever the case may be, the truth is that raising someone's interest isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing up as your real, authentic self and letting that connection evolve naturally. Here's the thing about romantic attraction. It's not just about looks or saying the perfect things at the right moment. No, true attraction is about something much deeper. It's the feeling you give someone when they're around you, the way you make them feel seen, heard, and valued. It's about creating that sense of mystery and excitement that leaves them wanting to know more. It's that little spark of curiosity that keeps them coming back for more. In today's video, I'm going to share 7 tips that will help you raise someone's interest in you. And trust me, these tips are all about creating real, meaningful connections. Whether you're just getting to know someone or you're deep into a relationship and want to bring back the magic, these tips are designed to help you stand out, keep them intrigued, and build that romantic tension that makes everything feel exciting. But here's the thing. You don't need to be perfect or play hard to get. You don't need to follow some complicated formula to get someone's attention. What you need is authenticity, showing the world the real you and letting your natural charm shine through. Because the right person will be drawn to you for exactly who you are, flaws and all. It's about building a real connection that's based on trust, attraction, and that sweet feeling of discovery. Before we jump into the tips, I just want to say thank you. Your support, your comments, and your stories mean so much to me. It's incredible to hear how these videos are helping you with your relationships. So if you're new here, or if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our weekly relationship tips that will help you navigate love, connection, and everything in between. All right, let's get to it. These 7 tips will help you raise someone's interest in a way that feels romantic, genuine, and perfectly you. So, let's dive into the secrets of sparking lasting attraction. Number 1, be confident but not perfect. Confidence is magnetic. It's one of those things that just draws people in without you even having to try. When you're truly comfortable in your own skin, others can sense it. It's like a quiet energy that speaks louder than words. But here's the thing. Confidence doesn't mean being perfect, and it definitely doesn't mean pretending to have everything figured out. In fact, showing your imperfections can be even more attractive because it makes you real. It's one of those paradoxes of human connection. The more we embrace our flaws, the more people feel they can connect with us. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone laugh off a mistake? Maybe something small, like spilling a drink or saying something awkward, and felt instantly drawn to their genuine, light-hearted nature. Or maybe you've heard someone tell a funny story about something they totally messed up, and instead of feeling embarrassed, they own it with a smile. That kind of openness creates a sense of warmth and makes them feel more approachable. It's the opposite of perfection, but it's magnetic all the same. So how do you make confidence work for you? It starts with accepting that you don't need to be flawless to be compelling. You don't have to be the best-looking person in the room, or have the most impressive job, or always say the right thing. you don't need to fit into anyone's ideal mold of perfection. Confidence is not about pretending to have it all together. It's about being comfortable with who you are right now, at this very moment. It's about letting go of the pressure to be perfect and allowing your authentic self to shine through. And here's the secret. When you embrace your imperfections and let others see the real you, something beautiful happens. They don't just see you as someone who's perfect on the outside, but as someone who's real, vulnerable, and truly themselves, and that creates a deeper connection. You might be wondering, but how do I start building that kind of confidence? Well, the first step is to stop holding yourself to an unrealistic standard of perfection. Start accepting and loving the parts of yourself that you may have been trying to hide or change. Whether it's a quirk you've always felt embarrassed about or a past mistake that still stings, embracing those things is actually what makes you unique. And unique is always attractive. One of my favorite quotes from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus really sums this up beautifully. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. What this quote teaches us is that true confidence doesn't come from external validation or trying to control how others see us. Instead, it comes from within, from accepting what we cannot control, our past, our flaws, our imperfections, and letting go of the need to be perfect. When we stop caring so much about how we are perceived and just focus on being real, that's when we become truly free to be ourselves. So, here's the challenge. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Stop hiding the parts of you that you think people won't like. Let them see the real, unfiltered version of you. And guess what? The right people will be drawn to you for exactly who you are. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be confident in your own skin, flaws and all. The more you own your imperfections and embrace your authentic self, the more attractive and magnetic you'll become. Number 2, give them space to miss you. It's natural to want to stay in constant contact with someone when you're trying to raise their interest. After all, if you talk all the time and keep the conversation flowing, surely they'll notice you more, right? Well, not exactly. Sometimes the best thing you can do to keep someone's interest is to give them space. It might sound counterintuitive at first, but trust me, less really is more in this case. When you give someone room to breathe, it creates space for them to miss you. Instead of them always knowing exactly what you're up to, when you're free or where you are, they'll start to wonder. They'll find themselves thinking about you when you're not around, trying to figure out when they'll hear from you next. And that little bit of mystery, that's incredibly powerful when it comes to building intrigue. But let's get this straight. Giving space doesn't mean playing games or intentionally pulling away just to manipulate the situation. It's not about creating drama or leaving someone guessing for the sake of it. Instead, it's about having a healthy balance in the way you spend your time. You maintain your own life, pursue your own passions, and take care of your own responsibilities. You don't make them the center of your universe. This sense of independence is magnetic, and it shows them that you're a complete, fulfilled person, even when you're not around. When you have your own interests and things to focus on, you become more interesting. It's one of the paradoxes of attraction. The more you focus on your own growth and happiness, the more others are drawn to you. People want to be around others who are engaged in their own lives, have a sense of purpose, and take care of themselves, emotionally, mentally, and physically. It's not about being distant or aloof, but rather about showing that your world doesn't revolve around them. This makes you more intriguing and ultimately more desirable. One of the most important things to remember here is that people aren't attracted to someone who's always available. They might feel appreciated, sure, but they also need to feel like your presence is a gift. If you're always there, always texting, always available to meet up, the dynamic can start to feel a little too predictable. And when something becomes predictable, the spark can start to fade. A little space creates anticipation. It makes the moments when you are together feel more special. The times you spend with them become moments they look forward to. Not just because you're there, but because you've given them the chance to miss you in between. The Stoic philosopher Seneca offers a powerful perspective on this. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. What he means here is that life is full of potential, but we often waste time chasing after things that aren't truly meaningful. When you maintain your own life and sense of fulfillment, you're making the most of your time. You're not wasting it by constantly seeking validation or attention from someone else. Instead, you're investing in your own growth, which is attractive in and of itself. So, don't be afraid to pull back a little. Embrace your independence and make space for the other person to appreciate your presence more. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about creating a natural, healthy distance that fosters desire and keeps the relationship exciting. And when you do come together, it will feel all the more special. Number 3, be playful and light-hearted. Humor is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to raising someone's interest. Think about it. Who doesn't love being around someone who can make them laugh, or who doesn't take themselves too seriously? It's one of those things that just comes naturally, and it's instantly magnetic. When you're playful and light-hearted, it takes the pressure off both you and the other person. It helps to break the ice, lighten the mood, and create a natural, easy connection. And that's really what you want when you're trying to raise someone's interest, a feeling of ease and fun. It's important to remember that you don't need to be a stand-up comedian or constantly cracking jokes. Humor doesn't have to be forced. It can come from the smallest, most unexpected moments. It's about finding joy in the everyday, laughing at the little things, and being able to tease someone in a light-hearted way. Even just making a witty comment about a situation you both find yourselves in can go a long way in breaking the ice and keeping things fun. What's so attractive about humor is that it creates a relaxed atmosphere. When you're not worried about being perfect or impressing someone with how serious or sophisticated you are, you can let go and just enjoy the moment. And this doesn't just make you more fun to be around, it helps the other person feel more comfortable too. The more relaxed and easygoing you are, the more they'll feel like they can truly be themselves around you as well. That's where the magic happens. People are naturally drawn to energy that's light, not heavy. If you're constantly tense, overthinking everything, or trying too hard to be perfect, it becomes exhausting to be around. But when you bring a sense of humor and playfulness to the table, you become that breath of fresh air. You're the person they look forward to spending time with because they know it will be fun, easy, and carefree. And that sense of joy is contagious. When someone associates your presence with laughter and good vibes, they'll naturally start to crave more of that. It's also important to remember that being playful isn't just about joking around. It's about not taking yourself too seriously, being able to laugh at yourself when you mess up, to not get caught up in your own flaws or mistakes, is incredibly endearing. We all make mistakes, but when you can brush it off with a laugh and show that you're comfortable with who you are, flaws and all, it makes you feel more approachable and real. It's these small moments of vulnerability paired with humor that create a deeper bond. So how do you add more playfulness to your interactions? It could be as simple as sharing funny stories, making light-hearted observations, or teasing in a way that's kind but not hurtful. The key is to make sure that your humor feels natural and genuine, not forced. You don't have to try to be someone you're not. Just lean into the fun moments and allow your authentic self to come through. When you bring that playful, relaxed energy, you make it clear that being around you is a good time. In the end, people are drawn to those who can bring joy into their lives. By being playful and light-hearted, you create an environment where the connection feels easy and enjoyable, and that's incredibly magnetic. So next time you're interacting with someone you're interested in, try to keep it light and fun. Laugh a little, be yourself, and watch how that playful energy naturally raises their interest. Number 4, show genuine interest in their life. One of the most powerful ways to raise someone's interest is by showing a genuine curiosity about their life. People love to feel seen and heard, especially when it comes to the things that matter most to them. So, when you take the time to ask thoughtful questions and really listen to their answers, you're not just having a conversation, you're building a deeper connection. It shows that you care about them as a person, not just as someone you're interested in. The key to making this work is to ask questions that go beyond the usual surface-level small talk. Instead of just asking, "How was your day?" which is fine but often leads to short automatic responses, dig a little deeper. Ask what made them smile today, what challenge they faced that they found rewarding, or what's something they're really passionate about at the moment. These kinds of questions open the door for more meaningful conversations and give the other person a chance to share a part of themselves they might not have revealed yet. When you ask with intention, you're telling the other person that you care about more than just the surface-level facts of their life. You're showing that you want to understand them on a deeper level. And that's incredibly attractive, because let's face it, we all want to be understood. When someone takes the time to really listen to us, it makes us feel validated and important. And when someone feels heard, they naturally feel more connected to you. This kind of genuine interest also helps create a bond based on emotional connection rather than just physical attraction or shared interests. When you ask about their dreams, their struggles, or their values, you're giving them the opportunity to share what truly matters to them. And when they feel like they can be open and vulnerable with you, it sets the stage for a stronger, more meaningful connection. But here's the thing. Genuine interest doesn't mean interrogating them or forcing deep conversations all the time. It's about making space for them to share their thoughts and feelings and letting those moments unfold naturally. Pay attention to their body language and tone of voice, as these can often reveal more than words alone. When you actively listen and engage with what they're saying, it will naturally create a bond that goes beyond the surface. Ultimately, showing genuine interest in someone's life isn't just about asking the right questions. It's about being present, engaged, and emotionally available. It's about creating an environment where they feel safe enough to share their inner world with you, and that, more than anything, is what leads to a lasting, meaningful connection. Number 5, maintain a little mystery. There's something undeniably magnetic about a little bit of mystery. It's the kind of allure that keeps someone wondering, keeps them intrigued, and makes them want to learn more about you. When you're open and genuine with someone, it's important to let them get to know you, but it's also important to leave a little room for curiosity. The more someone gets to know you, the more they should feel like there's still so much more to discover. This doesn't mean playing games or hiding important parts of who you are. It's not about being secretive or dishonest. It's about sharing yourself gradually, letting the relationship unfold at a natural pace, and allowing the other person to ask questions and get to know you over time. By keeping some things private, you're giving them the opportunity to be curious, to engage with you, and to discover those layers that make you who you are. When you maintain a little mystery, you create a sense of intrigue. It sparks the feeling of, I want to know more about them, and that's a powerful tool in keeping someone's interest alive. The key here is to give them just enough to pique their curiosity without giving away everything all at once. It's about balancing openness with a little bit of withholding, letting them ask questions, learn about you piece by piece, and feel excited to uncover the next layer. Think of it like reading a great book. If the entire plot is revealed to you in the first chapter, there's no suspense, no excitement. But if it unfolds slowly, with twists and turns that keep you on your toes, you're hooked, right? That's exactly what a little mystery can do for a relationship. It makes everything feel a little more exciting, a little more fresh, and it keeps the other person wanting to spend more time with you, exploring more about who you are. The key is not to overshare right away. Keep some details about your life, your past, and your thoughts for later conversations. Let them ask the questions and reveal just enough to keep them engaged and curious. It's about striking the right balance between being open and holding back, just enough to keep the attraction building. When you maintain this sense of mystery, you create a dynamic where the relationship continues to evolve, and both of you stay intrigued. It's that feeling of anticipation and excitement that makes someone want to keep coming back for more. So, let them be curious, and let your connection unfold naturally over time. Number 6, be kind and thoughtful. Kindness is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess, and it's not just about doing big gestures. It's about showing that you care in small, meaningful ways. When you treat others with respect, compassion, and empathy, it leaves a lasting impression. People are drawn to those who are genuinely kind. And when you're thoughtful in your actions, it shows that you value and care for the people around you. When you take the time to think about someone else's needs or feelings, it doesn't go unnoticed. It could be as simple as sending a text just to check in and see how they're doing, complimenting them on something you know means a lot to them, or showing up when they need someone to talk to. These little things may seem small on the surface, but they add up to something much bigger. They reflect who you are as a person and speak volumes about the kind of partner you could be. The beauty of kindness is that it's not about what you say, it's about how you make someone feel. When you show someone that you care, they don't just see you as someone they're interested in. They see you as someone who is capable of showing real love and support. And that creates a sense of connection that's built on trust and mutual respect. When someone feels seen and valued for who they are, it creates an emotional bond that naturally deepens attraction. A thoughtful gesture can be anything that lets the other person know you're thinking of them. Maybe it's a random message that reminds them of something they mentioned weeks ago, or a small act that shows you pay attention to what they like. These acts are about more than just trying to get their attention. They're a way of showing that you're not just interested in them for the moment, but that you care about their well-being and happiness in the long term. Kindness also fosters a safe and supportive environment where people feel like they can be themselves without fear of judgment. It builds trust, which is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. When you're kind and thoughtful, you create a space where the other person feels like they can open up, share their thoughts, and be vulnerable. And vulnerability is often what makes a connection deep and lasting. When you consistently show kindness, you also show that you're someone who can be relied upon. In romantic relationships, trust and reliability are essential. And those small moments of thoughtfulness, the ones that make someone feel supported, appreciated, and understood, are what lay the foundation for a strong, lasting connection. In the end, it's not about grand gestures or trying to impress someone. It's about making the other person feel special and valued. When you show that kind of care and attention, you're creating an emotional connection that can't be faked. And that's incredibly attractive because it's based on something real. The more you make someone feel good about themselves, the more they'll want to be around you and learn more about who you are. So, don't underestimate the power of kindness. It's those simple, thoughtful actions that build trust, create a deeper emotional connection, and naturally raise someone's interest in you. Number 7, be yourself and let things happen naturally. This tip is truly a game changer. Be yourself. I know it might sound a bit cliché, but it's one of the most powerful and genuine pieces of advice when it comes to raising someone's interest. The truth is, if you try to be someone you're not, just to impress or attract someone, they won't be interested in the real you. They'll only be interested in the version you're pretending to be, and that's not a sustainable way to build a connection. When you're authentic, you give the other person a chance to fall for who you truly are. There's no need to create a facade or act in ways that don't come naturally to you. Sure, it's tempting to put on your best self, but true attraction comes when you show up as the person you are at your core. The right person will be drawn to you, not because of who you're pretending to be, but because of the real, vulnerable you. And that's where the magic happens. Being yourself means embracing your quirks, your flaws, and your unique perspective on life. It's about letting go of the pressure to be perfect or to constantly impress, and instead, just being present in the moment. The more real and comfortable you are, the more the other person will feel the freedom to be themselves around you too. That's when the connection becomes genuine and meaningful. It's no longer about keeping up appearances or worrying about how you come across. It's about two people sharing real moments together without the need for masks. And here's the kicker. When you're authentic, you don't have to force things. You don't have to worry about impressing anyone or trying to make something happen. When you're being true to yourself, the connection will flow more naturally. There's no need to rush or pressure anything to evolve. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy getting to know each other, and let things unfold at their own pace. The more you relax and embrace the journey, the more likely you'll create a meaningful connection that's rooted in genuine attraction. We all crave authenticity. When we meet someone who is unapologetically themselves, it's magnetic. There's an energy that comes with being comfortable in your own skin, and that energy is what draws people in. It's okay to be vulnerable, to show your real thoughts and feelings, and to embrace the fact that you don't have to be perfect, because at the end of the day, the real you is enough. So let go of the pressure to be anything other than who you are. Embrace your authentic self, and trust that the right person will be drawn to you for exactly that. Let the connection grow naturally and see where it takes you. The best relationships happen when two people are simply themselves and allow things to unfold in their own time. And there you have it, 7 simple yet powerful tips to raise someone's interest in a romantic way. Remember, attraction isn't about playing games or trying to impress. It's about being authentic, showing care, and creating real connections. So next time you're trying to spark someone's interest, try these tips out and watch how things start to shift. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I'll be back with more relationship advice and tips to help you navigate love and connection. Leave a comment below if you've tried any of these tips or if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.